visit alliance.mt.
Fit-tank imiss li jidħol Liam Debono bil-prodott tiegħu Plush Bike biex iżid l-użu tar-rota.
Hi, my name is Liam. I'm 26 years old and the creator of Plush Bike. I'm here today seeking a 50,000 euros investment in exchange for 20% equity in my startup. The business revolves around the rentals and sales of electric bikes with the provision of conversion kits. A conversion kit transforms any pedal bicycle into electric. This is done so by means of a full front wheel replacement to that of a motorized one, a battery in the shape of a bottle that blends very well with the bike, and a controller which is hidden discreetly inside of the bottle holder. Typical installation takes about 30 minutes and you're done. It's very easy to install. I would like to point out also that there is indeed a government...
Sorry, quick question. Did you invent this?
Sorry?
Have you invented this?
No, I own the exclusivity for it.
Pardon?
I own the exclusivity for this product. I did not invent it, no. I would like to point out that there is indeed a government incentive supporting this endeavor, which dramatically reduces the price, the final price, to the customer after the purchase in terms of a cash rebate. This is, in fact, the very, very first conversion kit to be eligible for such a government scheme. On the other hand, we have these electric bikes that we rent at very competitive prices. The key difference here is that this one utilizes a mid-drive motor, and given that it has far better gearing ratios, it performs far more fluidly, even in some very steep local hills. The e-bike rental serves more of a cash flow to the business, so it gives me the opportunity to focus more on the conversion kit area to penetrate both local and ultimately the European market. Last year was all about setting up, developing the brand, testing out various conversion kits, and narrowing it down to the very best that I have managed to find, whilst also finding a supply for electric bikes for rental purposes. All of this whilst obtaining local exclusivity for both of them. That being said, thank you very much for having me here and giving me the opportunity. Ready to answer any questions that you may have.
Can I have a look at the conversion kit?
Yeah, sure.
So you've been around for a year?
Sorry?
You've been in business for a year?
Business since January.
This January,
yes.
What conversion does the power put onto the bike? Because I have electric bikes, I love them. For me, it's one of the greatest things. I'm a big fan. How much power does this give to the bike?
It's 250 watts legal.
250?
Yeah.
And you just attach it on?
Yeah, you attach it here. I can show you in a few if you want. It's locked with a locking key, and just power it on. Transmits to the feed of the electricity to the motor.
And it gives the same power as a normal e-bike?
In terms of power, when talking in wattage, they're the same, 250 watts. Okay. The difference between them, this one is 65 newton meters in terms of torque, strength of the motor, better gearing ratios. And since it has the gears at the back, what it does is turns the chain. So when you are struggling, you just shift the gear back and the motor does this. It works like magic, this one.
What's the torque on this one?
Sorry?
What's the torque?
42 newton meter.
But that means if you stick it on a really light racing bike, you're going to go, son.
Well, the legal limit is 25 kilometers per hour for all e-bikes. So beyond that...
You know what the good thing is? That you can have another battery in your bag.
Yeah.
Because when you can't change your battery in that, and they're very heavy.
Yeah.
So what this happens to me sometimes when we go out on Saturday with e-bikes, I'm all the time using turbo. So on my way up, it's very comfortable, but then on the way back, I have to pedal a lot. I use all the 5-bar battery, so that could be good because
Michael, that's probably a good thing.
I'm seeing that you get something else with the service. You get a free app.
Yeah, the application is included. You can just download it through iOS and Android. You can control the speed limits, or you can even reduce it below 25 kilometers per hour if you want. You can set your parameters like your weight and even any over-the-air updates.
But it's limited to 25 miles an hour?
Yes, it's a EU legal limit.
What stock do you have at the moment? Sorry. Stock. What do you, at the moment you're doing the rental business.
Yeah.
What stock do you have at the moment?
For rentals,
Yeah.
I have 4 of these available.
4?
Yeah.
Okay.
We rent
And-
these, sorry?
And you're going to, and how many normal bikes do you?
So when it comes to conversion kits, I have a consignment of 10 units on its way. I'm very limited when it comes to money, so I could afford to get 10.
How much you're raising 50,000? What are you going to use the money for?
Inventory for the conversion kits. The idea is to expand also slightly the rental fleet, because I'm projecting that I'm going to be maxing out in about a year from now.
How much have you put into the business so far?
Myself, around 10,000.
10,000. And you're asking for?
50,000, yes.
For?
20% equity.
So you're valuing the business today 200,000 before this money comes in.
250,000.
The 250 including the, no, 250 including the money.
Yeah.
So basically, because it's 50,000 coming in, you're 200,000 already. And what have you brought to this to already created that value? And what are you going to be doing to make sure that the investor gets a good return? What return can I expect from my 50,000?
All right. So basically, what I have written down in the paper in front of you is that is without the investment. My accountant and I, we have went through this, and we have projected a 15% growth in terms of rentals. Because once you break even from the cost of the rental, it's all profit from that point onwards. You have very little maintenance. And when it comes to this one, it depends on which product we're talking about. I think the kick of it mostly is, since it's eligible for a government rebate, the final cost for the customer is significantly slammed down.
How much income are we going to have after all the costs? What are you going to return to me every year?
I figured that we would be able to, like without the investment, I calculated about 19,000 in profit by the end of this year.
And with the investment?
With the investment, since there's going to be marketing involved, more exposure, I'm going to be honest with you, the only moment where I lose a client is when I don't have available. When it comes to stock, I cannot give you a real-world answer because it's...
No, but if you're saying you're going to make 120,000, does that include your salary?
No, I'm not taking any salaries.
So take your salary, and what would it leave you with? Probably around 70,000, 80,000. Or you're going to say that you're going to run this business without a salary, and that's your percentage, that's what you're getting for your percentage. Is that how it works?
I think I would give myself a salary if after about 3 years of running a business.
So how do you support yourself?
I currently work as a cabin crew.
Okay.
At the moment,
but in your projections, you're showing expenses, yeah?
Yes.
First year, 48,000. Second year, 109,000. Mm-hmm. So what?
Oh yeah, that's in terms of targeting. Like for the first year, targeting 100 units. The second year, 250. Third year, 500.
But I think any business you have to look at has to put into account all the staff necessary to run it. I mean, who's going to run the business? If you're working at something else, who's going to deliver the bikes? I don't think it's something that you're going to need, that someone like myself is going to be able to invest in and get a decent return. I don't think you put into it real costs of employees and the real costs, and I don't think you understand all the full costings that are necessary to run a rental business like this. And for that reason, I'm going to be out. But I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I love the product.
Thank you.
The rental business for me is a definite no-go. I would not be interested in the rental business because it's very high in operational cost, and you need people to move around, and the logistics and the maintenance of it, it's quite a hassle.
Okay.
For the conversion kits, I would be interested, but again, you need a structure there. You cannot just sell a conversion kit and you don't have after sales and backup. So really and truly, I'm struggling to understand. This 50,000 euros for 20% is for what exactly? Because you're still gonna retain your job, right? So this will be like something as a part-time.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I see that, of course, I not just only see it, I have good faith that this will take off. I'm willing to drop out and take this on full time.
So you're looking to take this job full time?
Yeah, definitely.
And then you're plugging in your cost in the 109K or in the 48K of 2022 and 2023, or is it already there as an operational cost, expenses and costs?
Yeah, it's already there.
It's already there?
Yes.
And what's that?
In terms...
Your cost, your salary is there, it's plugged there?
No, my salary is not there, no.
So you need to deduct that by another, or add that up?
I think that it's a good business, but I won't be able to invest today. I think it's a good idea. I think you sell it well. think you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about, you answered every single question, but I won't be able to invest, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I can't see, Jonas, where I can help you grow this business. I love this idea, okay, the second part. But again, I mean, it's marketing a new product from scratch, really and truly, you know. I don't know. I think I'll leave it to Mark to take over.
All right. Thank you.
Before Mark speaks, I don't see how I can add value to you, so I'm out.
No worries. Thank you.
Mr. Mark, it's in your hand.
For sure, we can add value. I mean, we as a company, we're already set up and we have a level of traction when it comes to environmental friendly products. So definitely I can help you out. But I'm still not clear on the investment you are asking for. Okay, so you're saying 50K for 20%.
I'm willing to negotiate.
But we're way off. That's the problem. Because really and truly, I want to be, I'm not normally very blunt, but I want to, speak out my mind. The rental business is not something that I really see a potential in, because there's already competition out there, and it's not really that booming, if you know what I mean. It's okay, but relatively speaking, it's not something which is wow. Whilst the conversion kit, the fact that you have this grant that can be applied for it, it gives it a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
But it's still an imported product.
It's silly.
It's still an imported product, which someone else can do it, or we ourselves can do it. So I'm struggling there to see why should I pay 50K, for 20%, or maybe a little bit higher up. But I'm not seeing the maths are not working for me here. So unfortunately, I would have to say no.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think I had lost Mr. Bayadan when I showed my projections. Maybe I didn't discuss it clearly that it did not include the investment. Maybe, I don't know. But it does not include my salary in it. So if I step down, of course I do need to support myself, but I'm willing to go to the sacrifice to make sure the company rolls. And in fact, that's what I said. After 3 years of profitability, that's when I give myself a salary.
The rental business is not really the ideal. Rental business it's quite a challenge.
Dik l-idea tal-IEM hemmhekk qisha kienet idea relatata mal-mobilità sostenibbli. Din hija xi ħaġa li naħseb il-Malta Enterprise ukoll tidħol fiha u tippromovija bliema mod.
Bruħna u bġisimna. Għaliex fil-verità akid b'mod holistiku bħala pajjiż aħna mexxin l-hemmhekk lejn ekonomija aktar ħadra u sostenibbli. Dan huwa rifless kemm fl-iskemi tagħna li nedejna bħala Malta Enterprise matul is-sena li għaddiet ukoll. Għaliex issa l-pass li jmiss wara li ħriġna minn din il-pandemija huwa li nagħmlu l-qabża anke u bidla lejn iktar sostenibilità u proċessi diġitali. Però anke minn entitajiet oħrajn. Bħala gvern imbagħad fil-proposti tal-budget rajna li hemm aktar assistenza fuq proġetti sostenibbli, speċjalment fejn jidħol it-trasport u l-mobilità. Jiġifieri dan huwa każ ta' fejn wieħed jindika jaraf l-ekonomija lil fejn isejra u jadatta l-prodott tiegħu għal dak illi nkunu qegħdin aħna ovvjament mexxin leh.
When I was pitching the idea, it was outside my comfort zone. I've never been in front of people pitching such an idea, such a concept before, or a business opportunity. But it was a remarkable experience. I enjoyed it to the last second. Unfortunately, the Sharks did not see the same vision that I did, and resulted in them saying no. I was a bit surprised. I was a bit surprised that the last Shark, Mark Bayada, did not invest. I think we got into we didn't agree when it comes to the valuation of the company and also the numbers themselves. At the moment, we're incorporating and we're developing a website. The plan is to slowly have stock coming in very shortly, and to market university when there's a Freshers Week. I think it's a very good opportunity for students to ditch their car or whatever to use a bicycle, which costs minimally €99 after they get the rebate back. So that's a really good investment for them.